I'm back in my bag of tricks, clap the fifth. The Mac came with 2 sticks like a pack of Twix. You whacked up?
Today we're going to talk about Martyrs, a 2008 French extreme horror movie that is pretty well known in the underground, not really known like in the mainstream. It's on the disturbing movie iceberg list, and a lot of people have covered it, and I watched it the other day. I heard about it back in 2017. The movie came out in 2008, but since then I've probably watched the movie at least 6 times. It's one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite horror movies, but overall one of my favorite movies. The movie has so much layers, so much depth to it. It's got a lot of questions that aren't answered and a lot of twists and turns that I really think a lot of people should check out. If you haven't checked it out yet, but if you came across this video, more than likely you checked it out because not a lot of people know about Martyrs unless they're in that little underground movie community. But anyway, let's get into the movie. So the movie came out in 2008, and the movie is very, very dark, very graphic. The whole tone of the movie is it's very bleak, it's very disturbing. Not a lot of people can handle the movie. It's got child abuse, the worst thing in the world. So it opens up with this girl named Lucy, and she's being tortured, and it's horrific. So she ends up in like this shelter. She meets this girl named Anna, and they become friends. And they're friends with each other. And one night, Lucy sees this demon, and this demon's been following her, I guess, ever since she escaped captivity. This demon tracks her down. It fucks with her. It hurts her. This and that. So then the movie opens up again. We got the Belfont family. They're a pretty typical French family. They're having a typical French breakfast. They're eating croissants. They're smoking cigarettes. They're drinking coffee. Just hanging out, doing random shit. Then there's a knock on the door, or the doorbell, and it's this woman in a blue beanie, and she's holding a shotgun. The dad looks down. The dad looks up, and she blows the dad away. She shoots him in the stomach, and he flies back like 100 feet, and he smacks against the staircase, and he just dies. The kids and the mom run away, and the mom gets it next. She shoots the mom in the back or in the stomach, and she's just gone. The daughter escapes, and then the son is still in the kitchen. So, she aims the shotgun at the son, tells him to sit down. He sits down, and she says, "Do you know what your parents did to me?" And he's like, "No." And then she asks him, like, "How old are you?" And he says, 18. And then she shoots and kills him anyway. She runs upstairs, and then she kills the daughter. So by that point, you probably assume, like, okay, this is Lucy, So then the movie goes to the next scene, and it's this woman in a truck, and this picture of Lucy and Anna fall out of her bag. So this is Anna. So Anna calls the Belfont family house, and Lucy answers the phone and says, "This is them. I found them." So Anna's like, "Are you sure?" And Lucy's like, "I'm sure. I'm positive. This is them. They were in the newspaper, this and that." So Anna goes to the house, and she sees Lucy. She's in tears. She's all bloody. It's just a massacre. So to make a long story short, Anna and Lucy are like bringing the bodies into the bathroom, and like they're crying, and they kiss each other, which I'm not really mad about. But then Lucy goes and takes a nap. She's tired. And Anna's dragging the bodies out, and she's throwing them into like some ditch that's in the yard. But then Lucy wakes up to the demon. The demon found her. And the demon is like this woman with her mouth like sewn shut. She's got scars all over her body, and she's just a mess. And like the demon's like stabbing her on her back, cutting her, this and that. And like just so happens when Anna shows up, the demon's gone. So one of the best plot twists in the movie is the demon is actually a woman that Lucy finds when she escapes. So Lucy's being tortured, and the woman that's torturing her is Mrs. Belfont. Mrs. Belfont takes her out of the chair because she's refusing to eat. She slaps her around. Lucy pushes her, and this dumb bitch falls over like a chain on the floor, and she breaks her ankle. And Lucy gets out. So then Lucy hears like some screaming and crying, and she walks into this room, and Mrs. Belfont is like, "Don't go into that room." Lucy goes into the room, and she sees the woman that the demon, she didn't save her. She was trying to get out, and she just left her. So the demon is the woman that she didn't rescue when she left. So what happens next is Lucy's having like this mental breakdown, and the demon comes back. She grabs a box cutter. She starts cutting her. The demon's cutting Lucy. But from Anna's point of view, there is no demon. Lucy's cutting herself. She's digging in deep. She's cutting her wrist. She's fucking herself up. Then Lucy runs out the house through a window and boom, she crashes through the window. She lands outside. She stands up and she cuts her own throat. And that's the end of Lucy's chapter. So Anna's all alone in this house full of dead people, and she's in bad shape. So she falls asleep, and the next morning she wakes up. She calls her mom, and while she's on the phone with her mom, she hears something fall, and she looks back and she sees like this window on top of these cabinets, and she looks through it and she sees there's like another room back there, and she opens the cabinet up and it's like a secret underground tunnel to the basement. So she walks down there and she hears like chains clanging around. She goes down this ladder and it's pitch black, and what she finds down there is this woman who's all beat up. She's all scarred up, all cut up. She's super skinny. She has a metal diaper on her head. She has a metal diaper on her body. And I guess the Belfont family captured this poor woman and they were torturing her. So she brings the woman back up to the house and she like gives her a bath, and she's telling her like, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. And she gets like a screwdriver and she like takes the staples out of her head to like take the helmet off in the woman's face. She's been through it. So then fast forward, the lady is like cutting at her arm with a knife, and she's like scratching her head against the wall because she's just, I guess the years of being traumatized and being brutalized just got to her. So Anna's trying to like help her out, and then boom, the lady's head gets blown off. And the woman who blew this lady's head off, she's followed in by like these dudes. They're all dressed in black. They look like Secret Service or some shit. And the woman that blew that lady's head off, she said that woman's name was Sarah. So come to find out, this is like a little secret society. So the way they were able to find them was, she says, we called the Belfont family and they haven't responded. So I guess when one of the families doesn't answer, something must have went wrong. So they went to investigate. So the woman, I don't think they say her name. She asks Anna, who is that girl on the couch? She says her name's Lucy. Then the woman asks Anna, what's your name? And she says, my name's Anna. And she told the woman like their last names. And the woman's like, all right, we found them. So the movie, it gets worse from here. This is probably the part where people would watch it and then just turn it off. So she drags Anna down to that basement and she throws her on a chair and she handcuffs her. And this old bitch that looks like Droopy Dog, she comes down. Her name is Mademoiselle. I guess she's like the head of this little secret organization. And she comes down there and she tells Anna, Lucy escaped from us. And for the last 15 years, we've been trying to find her. And what they have going on is she explained to Anna that they tortured young women to the brink of death to where they could possibly see the other side, the afterlife, like whatever's going on. And she told Anna, like, this is what we do. And we've only had a couple of successes where they've stayed alive, but they never reported back what they saw. So I guess Anna fits the description and she's the new test subject. So like the next 40 minutes of the movie, Anna's being tortured. She's locked in that same room that woman was, and she's chained up. And this woman comes down there and she feeds her like baby food and slaps her around a couple times. And then like it keeps going like black until the next scene. And there's like no dialogue for like 30 minutes. There's no dialogue. Then this dude comes down that looks like the Big Show. He comes in there and he just beats the ever-loving shit out of Anna. For the next 30 minutes, he's punching her, kicking her, just beating her up. And toward the end of it, she looks unrecognizable. Her face is all swollen. Her eyes are swollen shut. Her lips, they cut her hair bald. She looks like she fought Mike Tyson like twice in the same night. So toward the end of the movie, the woman that was torturing Anna, she comes down and says, like, your suffering's almost over. And it pans to these big doors, like in this operating table, this operating room. So the Big Show comes down and picks Anna up and throws her on this contraption, locks her arms, locks her legs into place. And the next scene, like you see Anna like flinching and just like making these faces, and then the next scene, like he has Anna on a wheelchair and she has a blanket over her face, and he hooks her up to these things to where she's like this. She slumps forward and her whole body was circumcised. Like they flayed and skinned her whole body to where she has like face skin. That's it. Everything else is just muscle and meat. And she's still alive. This bitch is still kicking. Like, damn. So then I guess the next day, everyone that's in the secret society, they're all old people. They go to the Belfont house. And I guess like second in command, his name's Etienne. He reports to the people like, Mademoiselle is going to share with us what Anna saw. And before that happened, Anna whispered into Mademoiselle's ears, like, I guess what she saw. And you can't hear anything. She's just like, and you don't hear nothing. So Etienne's like, Anna's still alive and Mademoiselle is going to report what she told her. So he goes up to Mademoiselle's room or whatever, and he's like, Mademoiselle, you know, the people are waiting. And Mademoiselle's taking her eyebrows off, her eyelashes off, and her lips off and all that. And Mademoiselle's like, okay, I'll be there in a second. And Etienne's like, dick riding. He's like, thank you, Mademoiselle. Thank you. You're so great. And then he walks away. Then Mademoiselle's like, you know, Etienne. And he's like, yeah. So he walks back to the door. And then she's like, can you imagine the afterlife, or do you still doubt the afterlife? And he's like, Mademoiselle? She pulls out a gun, sticks it in her mouth, and she blows her head off, and the movie ends. Well, the movie doesn't really end. There's like 5 seconds of Anna like looking up into the sky like that, and that's it. So we never find out what Anna saw, and it just opens up a lot of conversations to, is there really an afterlife? Like, what did Anna see? What didn't she see? And this is why this movie is so great, because it's open-ended to where you have to watch it multiple times to like put pieces together and really like come up with your own conclusion. And that's why I love this movie. It's brutal, not just for the sake of being brutal. There's a story behind every kick, every punch, every time someone was hurt. There's a story to it. It's a really fucked up movie. But if you like these type of things, if you like these type of movies, this you know, you should fit this in your rotation. But anyway, like, favorite, comment, let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Subscribe, and I'm going to cover more French movies because they don't fuck around. High Tension, Irreversible, Frontiers, and Inside, they're all really good movies that I'm going to cover. And shout out to French people. Y'all know how to make really good movies. But other than that, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
I'ma lay you out real nice. All bad. Real fucking nice. Keep fucking with me. Peace be with you. Bitch. Peace be with you. Bitch.